What's up, ATL? This is the girl, Miss Sophia of the Frankie One in the Morning Show, baby. Your host of Girl Talk is here, and I have a very special guest today. Now, she is ATL's hottest female comedian winner 3 years in a row. She's also toured with USO Comedy Tour in 2017. She did Showtime at the Apollo 2017, where she actually won. They take the show back in June, but they didn't announce the winner until this year. Congratulations. Now, she was also a part of Kevin Hart's present Heart of the City Atlanta, a comedy series on Comedy Central in 2016. She hosts many comedy clubs and church events. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to my very special guest, the comedy winner of Apollo. Give it up for sweet baby Keita. Hi, Keita.
Hey, that introduction was so great. I didn't even know that was me.
You didn't know that was you? Well, first off, let me start off by saying congratulations on your win at the Apollo. How was that, girl?
That was heart-wrenching. Like, it was so, for a comedian has not won the Apollo in 22 years.
Oh.
If you don't know the history. And to be on Apollo, they don't even listen to comedians. Like, a lot of comedians don't even get their whole set out or anything out before start before the boos come. They mean that. And I was able to do my set and do it amazingly. I was just so overwhelmed when they announced me as a winner, because it was really tough. I mean, even people seen it. It was a great singer on my episode and some kids that were dancing. So it was so close, but I was able to pull through and win.
But I've been knowing you for a while, girl, and child, they taped it back in 2017, back in June, and you could not say anything until after they aired the show.
I was busting open. I could only say I was on the Apollo. So when I was places, I was like, I'm on Showtime at the Apollo, but they didn't know that the Apollo was coming back out, because, you know, it's new. This year they revamped it. So, you know, people like Showtime at the Apollo, but now they see it. And I was even talking to Joey Wells, Kevin Hart's Plastic Cup Boy, and he was like, we're watching you on, and my wife said, isn't that the girl that's on your show, Heart of the City? And he said, I said, yes. And he said, Keita, I need to talk to you. Please call me next week. I said, okay. We got off the phone. He texted me back. He said, you didn't say you won. I've been not telling it so long.
Okay. Now, I know that you live in Atlanta now. You've been calling Atlanta home for how long?
27 years.
But you are a proud
Spartanburg, South Carolina. Spartanburg, South Carolina. But I came to Atlanta for Freaknik. I came down here for Freaknik, and I called my job and quit.
I fell in the floor thing.
I had never had that much fun. When they took Freaknik away, I said, that's what we get. We shouldn't be able to have this much fun.
Okay. Now, share with some of our listeners the behind the scenes at Apollo experience.
The behind the scenes, they were so good to us. We were put up at the Stewart Hotel, and it was directly across from Madison Square Garden. So it was just a good living situation, because I know when you stay in New York, most people can't afford to stay in Manhattan.
Hello?
Not at all. But even there, homeless people were different. They had tents and sleeping bags, and one lady was pregnant. I said, if you doing good enough to have a baby on the streets, life is good. And it was such a different dynamic. As we're riding down to go to Harlem, you know, we're riding down Fifth, and it's all the stores you hear about, you know, from stars like Gucci and Prada, and it's all the real stores. So I'm pressed against the glass like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I seen a Polo Association. I knew we was in Harlem. And a
Polo
red lobster. And a red lobster. Yes. Yes. That's the crossover.
Now, you say that there was some stiff competitions. What was the act that you really had to watch out for that you thought was going to be your stiffest competition?
Asia Major. She is a singer. They found her off the internet. She has a lot of views, and that's how they found some people. Some people, they went on, and that's why I try to explain to people, you have to have your numbers up, your views up, because a lot of TV is looking through those social sites, and they found her that way. I just sent in a tape, but I felt like she was my stiffest competition. But we had been there together getting ready for the competition, we had all kind of become friends. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I won, I'm glad I won. But if anybody else would have won, I would have been so glad for them too. Because we had formed a bond being there, in the hotel together for we were there like a week.
When black people get together, honey, you gonna find somebody to say, that's my cousin. You gonna make a family.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I've had so many collages of people that have taken pictures with me before. They put them up on Facebook. But I have people, the part that nothing bothers me, but the part that kind of annoys me a little bit when people call me and be like, oh, I didn't think you was going to answer the phone. Well, who you thought was going to answer the phone?
Okay.
Why did you call me? And then I ask what they want, and they want to prove to people that they know me. So they got me on speakerphone at the barbershop. I said, hey, barbershop.
Now, I know that you won the competition, but is it true that you injured your leg or ankle or knee or something in the competition?
That is the truth. It wasn't during the competition. 2 weeks before, I was in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I was getting off the stage. I had got off the stage the first time because of the way the stage was. They had a little step. It was a little shaky. So I had this nice big black man. He helped me down, and I stepped right to the floor. I had on some beautiful heels. I had got out of Rashida's shop press. I was doing it to him, and we got back up for a photo shoot, and now I'm stepping down, and there's an older white gentleman that I was on the show with. His name Honest John. When he held his hand out, I was looking at his hand like, he ain't gonna be able to get me. I knew he
don't know what he signed up for.
Yes, I knew he wasn't gonna be able to get me. But he put his hand out, and I'm not disrespectful, so I made sure I stepped on that step that time because I knew he couldn't get me all the way to the floor. But as soon as I got on that step, my leg buckled because it wasn't balanced, and I started going down. But this was the slowest fall ever. I was looking at people. I was grabbing air. I was not
grabbing air.
He moved out the way. Like, he ain't tried to catch me or nothing. It was terrible. I fell down. I said, I do understand, because we were riding together. I said, Honest John, I understand you didn't catch me, because if all this would have fell on you, you'd have died.
Now, I know you being a female comedian, and you've been in the game for a long time, and you work with some of the greats. What is your take on this whole Monique situation with Netflix?
Wow. People ask me that. My take is, I feel like you have to prove a point. She didn't take the money, so you didn't prove that you could get the views on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? You're saying you're worth more money, and you probably are, but you have to prove that you're worth that money, first off, to make a point. Right. And I heard that the reasoning behind that was that she makes more. They were going to make her not be able to tell her jokes for like a year or 2 years. Was that something that you heard? The way the contract is set up, whatever jokes she does for Netflix, she can't do them on stage.
I've never heard about that.
Like a year. That's what, like, after everything blew up, I heard that's what she said. But for me, I feel like if you're doing a 30-minute special, you should have just wrote 30 minutes of material and left it there, left it at Netflix, and still did your stuff. But I'd have got that $500,000.
You'd have got that $500,000.
If Netflix, if you want to give me $500 and listen, and a salad, I'm going vegetarian for 2 weeks. If you give me a salad and $500, I'll be good. But you just got to prove yourself. Women have to, and I've gotten used to it now. Like, I do stuff that men do. I'm on Heart of the City, and it was 3 other guys on there with me. And those guys can call comedy clubs and be like, I was on Heart of the City, and they're getting booked. But when I'm calling, they're like, we can maybe make you a feature, and can you come in and just let us see you? Like, I still have to prove myself.
You have to grind.
Until this Apollo, I don't have to grind now. Apollo is a whole different, that was millions of people watching me. So it's a whole different ballgame. Comedy Central is good, but that requires cable.
Okay.
And you know, and I know, black people don't even have cable no more.
The majority of them do.
We got fire sticks, baby. You know it. Drug dealers have stopped selling cocaine. They selling fire sticks now. That's how you make your money.
But anyway, I know that you've been in the game for a while and everything, and you enjoy doing comedy. What are some of the things that you can advise our up and coming comedians on?
I want female comedians to really work on their content, really go to these open mics and get your time up. Don't always, and they think we always talk about sex. They really do. I talk about real life experience. It's circumference, everything. When I walk off stage, somebody feels like they know me. Like, me too. I always get the me too. Everybody got a Mr. Charles.
Oh, Mr. Charles.
Oh, Mr.
Now, you
Charles.
always accuse me of the reason you met Mr. Charles.
You're the reason I met Mr. Charles.
I am not the reason she met Mr. Charles.
Yes, she is. I was coming to see you at a show. He pulled up and said, "You want to ride?" I said, "No." And he kept saying, he was like, "You sure you don't want to ride?" I said, "I'm going a street down." He said, "Okay." And it started raining. I knocked on the window. I said, "Can I get a ride?"
Oh, now what are some of the things that we have to look forward to from Sweet Baby Keita now that you have won Apollo?
Just signed a movie deal.
What?
Just signed a movie deal, and this movie is amazing, amazing, amazing. When I heard the script, but when I went in and we talked more in depth about it, it's me. It's so me.
Well, can you give us some more details? So everything, you gotta wait. You gotta be quiet.
I gotta be so quiet. I signed so many disclosures. I ain't never had to not tell, and I'm good at stuff like that. Like, you had to beat a confession out of me, but it's so hard to, because I'm so excited about this. Behind the scenes, I'm going to tell you it.
Oh, okay.
Now, you going to know. But when I tell you what it is, you going to be like, "Yeah, baby, that's you."
Oh.
But I think this is a perfect fit for me. And I think the movie is going to do so good that I know I'm getting a pay, but I also asked to get residuals because I already know the numbers and the things that it's going to do. Because a lot of people did movies and didn't know that they were going to do that well. They got that one little lump of money, and now
it's happy.
Yeah.
Hello?
But then when you see them numbers, you ain't happy.
Find out everybody made more money than you off of your talent.
The people that sold popcorn made more money than you did.
Hello. Now we get ready to get out of here, but before we get out of here, are there any final words that you want to give to your newfound fan base and your old fans?
Newfound fan base. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself. You can't be anybody else. I know it's a lot of females out there that you would like to emulate, but you still have to be yourself, because it comes off fake when you're being fake.
Oh, okay. And I know we said we was going to get out of here, but who are some of your idols?
Mary J. Blige. If anybody know me, I love Mary J. Blige. I love her with every fiber of my being. And it's so crazy because it's almost stalkerish. I have a photo album with Mary wedding pictures in it. You'll think I know Mary for real.
Like you were really at the wedding. You probably there during the divorce as well.
I was there with her.
You probably the one that advised her to get a divorce.
I did advise her because I was going to jump on him. And she was like, "Keita, don't do it. Let me just get him this little $30,000. She said, "Little too." When it's little money, let me get him this little $30,000. I was like, "No, Mary, give him $25.
And let it be a day.
Let it be. But that had to be a hard thing to do, for somebody to cheat on you, and we have to get a divorce, but I still gotta pay you.
Gotta pay you.
Oh.
Sweet Baby Keita, you know what's a hard thing to do?
What?
Say goodbye to you right now. But I enjoyed you today, I thank you for granting me this interview, and congratulations again on your win at the Apollo. And I look forward, and we look forward to seeing great things from you. Congratulations once again. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, here with Sweet Baby Keita. I'm on the Frank and Wanda Morning Show with a little girl talk. Remember, when I talk, you talk, we talk. That's girl talk on the People Station 100 V to the 103.